All right, so Texas 2023 season has come to an end, losing last night in the Sugar Bowl to Washington. So let's go ahead and take a look ahead to what's in store for them next season, 2024 season. So for starters, I think, judging from last night, Texas needs to obviously address some pass rush. So bring in some DNs, bring in some outside linebackers, whatever you need to address the pass rush. You need to address the secondary for sure. They looked lost against Washington last night and kind of have all year. And then also, you might need to look into bringing in a running back. I've been okay with Baxter so far this year. He's still young, true freshman. He came in when Brooks got hurt, but judging from last night, they had a lot of miscues in terms of, fumbling the ball, things like that. So definitely corner, safety, D end, and then possibly running back. And then I did come across an interesting stat I wanted to share with y'all before we move on. So Sark does call the plays, their head coach. So you might want to look into hiring an OC. I came across this stat. So head coaches who have play calling duties have not won a national championship since 2013, and that was Jimbo Fisher at Florida State. So get that through your head. In the last 10 years, a head coach that calls plays has not won a national championship. So it might be time to hire an OC. That way you can kind of step back and control the whole program instead of worrying about calling plays. You know what I mean? If he was scoring touchdowns every time, I'd be all right with it, but he's not. All right. Sometimes the offense does struggle. This isn't the same type of play schemes he seemed to have when he was at Alabama. Now it's obviously different players. He has gotten Texas back to the playoffs. So at the moment, I do have some belief in Sark. I haven't always, but hiring an OC would probably be the next step. So let's go ahead and look at their commits for next season. All right. Looks like they've got the third recruiting class, 35th transfer portal class. Now, in terms of the transfer portal class, that's not really judging off of the number of players as far as like how high they are. It's more of like, do you have 24 stars or do you have 3 5-stars? You know what I mean? So that can come or go. We'll look at the transfers here in a little bit. I think they have 3 commits. But as far as recruiting wise, you got a bunch of 5-stars here, some pretty good looking guys. All right. So looks like the 4th rated receiver, 4th rated linebacker, 2nd rated offensive tackle, 2nd rated safety, all 5-stars, 5th rated corner, 2nd rated running back. So you do got some help coming in there that could make some immediate impact. Transfer portal wise, they have addressed some of what I'm saying. All right. So they've got an edge rusher coming in, Trey Moore out of UTSA. I think he was the American Defensive Player of the Year this year. So he's legit. You got Andrew Makuba coming in from Clemson. Pretty good get here, 4-star safety. Did start for Clemson this year. Then you've got a Houston receiver coming in, Matthew Golden. So I think they've got some pretty good recruits coming in. And looking at who they will have next season, Quinn Ewers, from what I've heard, is coming back. So you should have him back. You're going to lose a few pieces, like your D tackles will be gone. You're going to lose a couple receivers. You'll lose Sanders, probably the tight end. You're probably going to lose Jonathan Brooks. Other than that, though, you've really got everybody coming back. And looking ahead to next season, this should be a preseason top 5, probably top 3 team. Looking ahead at my rankings, I'd say probably in some order, it's going to be Georgia, Alabama, and Texas in the top 3 as far as everybody has coming back. Then looking at their schedule next year, obviously you've got Colorado State, should be a win. You do have Michigan in the preseason, so you've swapped them out for Alabama. Now, Michigan's not going to be what they are this year. Next year, they're losing a ton. First off, their head coach is probably going to be gone. Harbaugh's headed to the NFL. McCarthy's going to be gone. Blake Corum's going to be gone. So Michigan will be a different team next year. I think Texas will win that one. UTSA should be a win. ULM should be a win. Mississippi State should be a win. Oklahoma, I think without Dylan Gabriel, won't be the same team. So I'm going to say that's a win. This right here is going to be a tough one, though. Georgia, that might be a loss. Should be a good game, though. Vanderbilt win, Florida win, Arkansas win, Kentucky win, A&M win. So you're probably looking at a 1-loss, possibly team next year. Should be back in the playoff, no doubt, unless things just go completely wrong. This should be a playoff team next year. Like I said, they've addressed some of the positions of need that I think they should address. Next up, I would say probably a cornerback. Other than that, though, you're probably pretty good. But should be a high-quality team next year. Preseason top 5 for sure. Should be a playoff team. Should be a contender for the national championship. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts on Texas next year. How do you think they'll be? What do they need to change? What do they need to address? Let me know. Comment down below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe.